so you can play.
Hey everybody, Chris and Steve here from MiniWarGaming.com to do some more Codex Eldar Craftworld reviews. Today we're going to talk about Aspect Warriors. We're going to do a couple of videos. We're going to do today, right now in this video, we're going to do Dire Avengers, Swooping Hawks, Warp Spiders, and Shining Spears. In the next video in the Vault, we're going to talk about the Striking Scorpions, Howling Banshees, Fire Dragons, and Dark Reapers. That one's actually going to be quite interesting. We'll get to that when we get there. But first things first, Dire Avengers. Well, first of all X-Arcs have 2 wounds. We talked about that already. But all X-Arcs 2 wounds now.
There's not really a whole lot of changes, other than...
Except for the big changes.
Except for the big changes. Except for the additional wound for the X-Arc, right? But that's across the board.
Yep.
Points-wise, they stay fairly much the same.
Yep.
No, did they come down?
No, they're 13 before.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're 13 before.
And really, it's really the big changes, and this is across the board for all Aspect Warriors, is the fact that you don't pay for the options for them anymore. You just kind of get them now.
Like you could take special abilities previously, like Marksman's Eye or Fast Shot, stuff like that. That's all gone. The weapon options for the Dire Avenger, I think, is pretty much the same. You still get that Shimmer Shield, which gives a 5+ ward to the, or a vulnerable save. Fantasy, I've been playing a lot of fantasy to the entire unit. So largely unchanged. There's still troops, except for special rules. We got the same old Ancient Doom, Battle Focus, Fleet, and a couple more. So Battle Fortune, the X-Arc has a 4+ invulnerable.
Yep. Just
cause.
It's just like a sermon.
And they have a new special rule called Defense Tactics. I think this is enough to see Dire Avengers on the board a lot more than they were before. In full squads of 10.
Yeah, I would say.
Go ahead on this one. I love it.
Now with the X-Arc, but with this defensive tactics.
No, you don't need the X-Arc for this.
Oh, no, yeah, that's right.
Dire Avengers just have this. Yeah.
Dire Avengers just have this, where basically they can Overwatch on a boost skill of 2.
So hitting on 5s on Overwatch with their 18-inch range, Strength 4, AP 5, Blade Storm gun. Right.
With the Blade Storm, you can Overwatch, like Tyranid monsters pouring in at you, and just mow them all down.
But it's more than that. It's more options than that, because it is when you're getting charged, you get to choose Overwatch at Ballistic Skill 2, or gain the counterattack and stubborn special rule. Now, in which case it cannot fire Overwatch though. Now previously they just had counterattack. Mm-hmm. Now it's I'm getting charged. Either I choose no Overwatch and gain counterattack and stubborn, which I'll probably never take. I will always just choose Overwatch on a 5+. Because you can probably stop a charge with that, kill a couple of guys, move them out of charge range. I'm always going to Overwatch on 5s.
But I think it still plays into the Dire Avengers role. Like they're
soldiers.
A really good troop.
They're the elite soldier of the the soldier.
They're like Spartans. They hold the line.
Yeah,
and they kind of look like Spartans too. And I think that then they've always kind of played that way, because even with the X-Arc, right, like how he could distract and disarm and things like that, where it basically makes them really tough. Hey, if you have the X-Arc, right, he gives the entire unit the ability to give them some lasting power, and so really, like, as far as troops that are going to hold the line, Dire Avengers are still your guys on foot to still do that. For their points cost are really, really good. Now with the counterattack and with his ability to Overwatch on a Bliss Skill 2 is super, super handy.
Oh yeah.
And it makes these guys
I'm actually gonna, I didn't really care about them before. I just took them to fill troops choices previously. I'm actually gonna try them out and play them and I'm gonna take the Shimmer Shield. For 20 points, giving the whole unit a 4+ ward. Actually, he gets a power weapon and a Shimmer Shield. So unless, I'm probably gonna give him Power Axe. So at least give him Strength 4. AP 2. He has a 4+ ward, the X-Arc. He has a 4+ invulnerable. I keep saying ward. And the whole unit will get a 5+ invulnerable. For 20 points. So if maxed out unit is 150 points for the X-Arc with the Power Axe and a Shimmer Shield, or a Power Sword if you want the Power Sword. A squad that has a 4+ save, 5+ invulnerable, Overwatch is on a 5+. 150 points, I'll play that all day long. Yeah. On Assault 2, Range 18, Strength 4, AP 5, Blade Storm weapon. 150 points all day long. No complaints.
And you take them within the War Host option for the...
so much better.
Yeah, the ability to run, because they also still have battle
They still have battle focus.
And fleet, of course. And so they can move,
Shoot,
move, and move again. Basically,
guaranteeing that 6. Again, he's talking about the Warhorse formation that will we'll get into more depth later. But I mean, everybody just runs on 6. I mean, it just like it sounds not that bad, but you think about it in game terms. Like knowing you're gonna get that 6.
Oh yeah.
You pre-measure where you want to stop, where you want to be after you're done shooting, or all.
Well, it's just the fact that you can count on that distance now.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, because before when you try to get sneaky like that, you know, you move your 6 and you want to get back into cover.
And then you roll 2.
You roll 1.
Re-roll your fleet, then you roll 1. Yeah.
And you're like, you're not getting back into cover. I'm dead. But now you can count on that. These guys can.
There's no gamble anymore. You know exactly what they're going to do.
And I like that. I like when there's less random elements in the game. And when the game has less random elements, that's when things become more competitive.
An already competitive list, though.
Well, yeah. I mean, Dire Avengers were always taken, just like you were saying. Like you just took
mostly
the points.
Yeah, mostly 5 of them to your Wave Serpent.
Yeah. Well, you just took the 5, so you could get your Wave Serpent, and you took them as your minimum, so that you can just fit as many Wave Serpents as possible. And you know what I mean. You use them in case you need to take objectives or anything like that. But otherwise, you were just counting on just tabling your opponent essentially.
Yeah.
With your Wave Serpents, which is not really the case now. You still probably could get away with some stuff with the Wave Serpents, but
sure, I'm still using them.
You know, they can still take the Wave Serpent as their dedicated transport. The options before, you know, taking you take your Twin Link Shirt and catapults. You can still take your power weapon and pistol, or you can take the Dire Sword. The Dire Sword's still pretty darn good. And of course, you can still take your power weapon. And
the Dire Sword's still there?
Yeah, Dire Sword's still there. Dire Sword's still a pretty darn good weapon too.
Oh, the Soul Razor. Okay, so you can, but I'd rather have the Shimmer Shield. How much are the points for the Dire Sword?
It's the same as the.
So you get a Dire Sword and a pistol for the same points as a power weapon and a Shimmer Shield. I'll take the power weapon and the Shimmer Shield.
Yeah, but I mean, he's still only strength 3, dude.
Yeah, that's why I want the power axe. Make him strength 4.
You know,
Yeah.
Yeah, strength 3. I mean, again, these guys, you know, they're not going to win the battle for you, other than the sense that they're going to hold the line. And you know, when you need somebody who's at least going to stay, you know, around the objective and not, you know, run away or get completely bulldozed over.
Well, these
are your guys.
The one thing about the Eldar is their basic guy has short range shooting. These guys had 18-inch ranges, more than the average guy, but with the Warhorse formation guaranteeing the 6, you effectively have a 24-inch range weapon because you run up 6 and you still have your 18 inches range. Mm-hmm. You're going to get that same 24-inch range that Space Marine has from across the board for threat.
Or you can move your 6 and move another 6 and still shoot again.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like you still like the range isn't that big of an issue for Dire Avengers at all.
No.
So, all right, next, Swooping Hawks. These things were terrible. Nobody ever took them. I don't know what
I took them every once in a while.
Every game I had them. They're so good.
Yeah.
They're so good, and now they got better for the same, like, no point increase whatsoever.
The Exarch, of course, he's got the extra wound.
Yeah,
he's still pretty darn good
there
overall.
There is one nerf
still the same.
I noticed. You can no longer buy the hit and run Exarch ability for the Swooping Hawk. So if they're in combat, now they're in combat. No more hit and run on the Swooping Hawks. Mm-hmm. But
they get the intercept ability that used to be the Exarch's ability, but now you get it just right off the hop, where you can take off.
Actually, this is changed. This is all new now.
Yeah.
No, you're talking about.
It used to be you could just take off.
You're talking about Herald of Victory. They still don't scatter when they deep strike. Yeah. The Swooping Hawk wings allow them to jump back off of the board and come back into ongoing reserve or deep strike reserve and keep doing the same thing.
Yeah, they moved that rule.
But there's still more. The Swooping Hawks actually, their wings actually give them a jump move of 18.
Yeah.
They're not jumping 12, they're jumping 18.
Which is better.
They still have the grenade pack, exactly same as before. They still have their Assault 3 guns, same as before. They still all have haywire grenades, same as before. A couple of changes, though, when they drop a grenade pack, if they don't need a lot of sight once they land, but if they are able to shoot at the unit the grenade pack hits, they have to choose that unit in the shooting phase. No, it wasn't the previous. That's new to this one. Now it states they have to shoot at that target if they can. The biggest buff beyond the 18-inch jump move is if they cross over there's 4 sets. There's a zooming flyer, a swooping monstrous creature.
Flyer monstrous creature.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, just flyer monstrous creature.
Yeah. They're hit on a 4 better.
Okay, so every unit, they all take an attack, hitting on a 4. That is strength 4, AP 4, haywire.
Yeah.
So they're jumping over a flyer in the air. They just jump over it and haywire to death.
Yeah.
6 guys are gonna, on average, take it down.
Yeah.
8's going to guarantee taking it down.
Most flyers only have 2 to 3 hull points anyway.
Yeah.
So
Haywire. I mean, it's...
all you got to do is just roll 3 2 or betters and you're going to take a flyer out. You know?
So, Swooping Hawks,
but the thing
no
is,
point increase, buffs. Lots of hit and run.
But that's what I'm seeing a lot in this book. There's a lot of
that's
things
fluffy.
there was things that were in Apocalypse. And this rule was in Apocalypse when you took the formation of Swooping Hawks, that they could fly over flyers and engage flyers, because that's fluffy, right? Because
Okay.
I mean, the Swooping Hawks are flying in the air, because you got to imagine that they're kind of like birds, really, and they could just kind of like latch onto a flyer, like kind of like Iron Man, and then slap a grenade on, then fly off, and boom, the plane explodes.
Now, I'm all for the fluff rule. Makes sense to me. I love that, except for, why not the point increase? So you have a unit that was already taken in every tournament list, already taken in a lot of lists. They're very effective. I own 12 of them. I use them all the time. Use 2 to 6 all the time. But now we're getting 6 more inches on the jump move.
Right, but
and we're getting attacking flyers or flying monster creatures while in the air.
You're still talking about a guy who's toughness 3 with a 4 or better armor save.
No, I know, but they were still super effective before. And we just gave them buffs.
You deep strike them in, and there's a turn where there he is, shoot them down.
Well, you deep strike him into cover. Sure. Or next to cover, and then you run into the cover.
But when they arrive, I mean, you're better off, getting those extra shots, because, I mean, each Swooping Hawk shoots twice with his gun.
How I typically use them, they were for jumping in and off the board just to land on objectives. And then what I would do a lot is land within 8 inches, because they don't scatter. Yeah. Land within 8 inches of a vehicle, toss in a haywire grenade. The X-Arc will throw it, hitting on a 2. 2+ doing at least a hull point, and then they'd run behind cover. And then next turn, they would jump 12 and assault the vehicle with their haywire grenades and just blow it up. Now, they're going to jump 18, assault the vehicle and blow it up. So that move, the tactic I used them for, got a lot more effective with the 6 extra inches of the jump move. Mm-hmm. So no point increase, lots of hit and run, and a massive buff, as far as I'm concerned.
It's a pretty good buff. They're still very fragile platform you're getting this buff.
And they're Eldar, so you're always going to have that glass cannon.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like the jet bikes. I mean, yes, it's really, really powerful, but you're talking about something that's really expensive on such a fragile platform. And Swooping Hawks, yes, you're getting this great ability on a toughness 3. That's like Little Imperial Guardsmen.
Full on, only 4+ armor save. If you want them dead,
only 4+ armor save. Come
if
on.
you want them dead, they're going to die.
When they deep strike in, all it takes is one frag missile, and it could take them all out.
But the thing is, as the Eldar player, when you have that kind of maneuverability and that kind of control for your deep strike, if you're getting killed, it's because you made the gambit that you either shouldn't have made, or whatever. Like if you want to protect these guys, you can protect them.
Yeah.
If you want to use them, you're going to use them.
But if you want to get in positions where you want to try and get these strikes in against like flyers and stuff like that, you're going to be in the front.
I see that as
you're going to be about mid-table, because the turn flyers arrive, they're about halfway onto the table, and so you want your Hawks to be able to make that 18-inch jump. You're going to want to be deep struck in about halfway onto the table, which means that you're going to be in the front lines.
Well, either you start on the table now and go for the flyers, or you just you ignore the whole killing flyers in the air type thing until
if you're facing flyers,
unless the opportunity, right? I mean, I'm still going to use them the same, and they're going to be more effective for the way I use them.
Like Swooping Hawks, I mean,
popping vehicles.
Yeah, but like
this is a Land Raider killer. This is a super heavy killer.
Yeah. Well, they're really great against vehicles. Super weak though. I mean.
But
they're like clay pigeons. Once they start flying around, they go bang.
But that clay pigeon can it costs you 75 points for the unit and can one round a 250 point Land Raider.
Yeah, and then
it's 75.
Or the turn they deep strike in, they get hit by a frag missile, and then there's just an X-Arc standing there by himself.
True, but you can run and spread out
from a deep strike.
You deep strike, you throw your grenade, then you run with battle focus.
Okay.
Spread out. I mean, no, you're not wrong. You are not wrong. But it's 75 points.
Yeah.
And that's the thing you have to remember, too, is 75 points. If you lose 75 points to your army,
no, I thought there was something else about the squad size, though.
Oh, wait, I'm looking at the wrong thing. They're 80 points.
Yeah, they're 80 points, then you take the X-Arc, so you're getting close to 100 points. And also the squad size matters too, I believe, for the grenade packs.
Yeah, if you have 6 or more guys, it's a large blast instead of a small blast.
And
I don't Yeah, I mean it ignores covers. AP4 ignores cover. Sure.
It's dropping down on your head.
Yeah.
Where's your cover, right?
Exactly.
So you see a guy crouched behind in the bush. Bang!
Dude. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and go to the next one and get these out of the way because
No, I still want to talk about Swooping Hawks.
You got more on them. What else you got on them?
No, nothing.
I think overpowered. Use them.
Overpowered? No. The buff, yes. Overpowered? No.
But options. The game is options. Options, mobility. You can go grab objectives. Strength. 5 of them. Sorry, 6 of them have 18 strength 3 shots. They're gonna kill guardsmen. They're gonna drop like
Yeah.
they're gonna kill.
I only ever took Swooping Hawks whenever I knew I was facing either lots of armor or lots of little light infantry. Like I always took
they're an auto include for me.
Swooping Hawks, I always took them when I was facing Dark Eldar because they mow Dark Eldar down like it's their day job. And yeah, anything light and weak like that, oh yeah, Swooping Hawks were always an auto include. And then you take Baharoth and you know, he just makes them so much better.
All right, Shining Spears. I got nothing to say. What do you have to say about these guys?
Shining Spears, pretty much the same. You know, I mean,
they got aerobatic grace.
They got better leadership than a regular jet bike. It's still pretty much the same stats. The Exarch is 2 wounds, which is not bad considering that he is on a jet bike. He's actually fairly survivable, and of course you give him the power weapon or laser lance, or star lance. Star lance is really, really good.
Yeah. No hit and run though. No way of getting hit and run. That's a problem.
That is a bit of a problem. But they have the acrobatic grace.
Aerobatic grace. Aerobatic. I think it's a new word. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Aerobatic. Of course, so they have a 4 cover save.
As long as they moved. If they were stationary, no cover save. But if cover save.
But that basically negates having to jink.
And they have skilled rider too, which means they jink on a 3+ if they wanted to really survive.
If they really,
and because they're combat units, I'd probably jink anyway. I mean, they can shoot with their laser lances first. They have outflank and skilled rider and expert hunter. Handy. Expert hunter for the Exarch only. The Exarch rerolls the wound against monstrous creatures.
Battle focus on them. Or why?
Armor pen. Yeah, because it's across the board. Yeah. Shining Spears without hit and run. Moving on.
Well, you're kind of counting on these guys to hit something small. Like they're going to go for like an artillery piece or
3 for 75 points. Yeah, I mean you can. Yeah, no, that's a fair point. It can be used for getting those things in the backfield.
Right? Yeah, because I mean, like you can imagine, let's say there's a Manticore in the back. Well, outflank, woohoo! I'm in the back here. Now I got that Manticore taken care of. You know, I mean, it's not.
I think War Walkers can do that job just as good, though.
War Walkers, I don't want War Walkers in the front though. I don't like War Walkers because they got the battle focus. And they can go hee 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 hee.
I know. Oh no, that's a tactic. Especially. I want to get to that. Actually, we can talk about that right now. That's exactly what I want. Okay, nobody says missile launchers. That's what I want to use. Hide them in the back corner. The War Walkers. Fire off the expensive long range missile launchers, and then run behind cover.
But if you got Swooping Hawks, do you really need this the anti-air ability?
They don't. Yeah, you can. You don't need the anti-air. I mean, they're just heavy weapons.
Because see, like my War Walkers, I always took the star cannons, and people always go, "Why are you taking star cannons?"
Nah, War Walkers, scatter lasers, or missile launchers. All I ever
targeted was the Marine squads. And they just own Marine squads.
But they have scouts. They have outflanks, so they're good for just running the backfield and just like other threats.
They're only armor 10.
Yeah, but they have 5% vulnerable.
That's.
I think War Walkers are underappreciated.
Space Marines are gonna mow these guys down.
Everything's gonna mow them down,
right? I mean, they're good. Don't get me wrong, they're good, but they're mobile platforms, and they're better served hiding in the backfield, staying next to your Farseer who can give them guide or something like that. Even though now that they're all ballistic skill and weapon skill 4s, they don't really need it.
They don't need
guide
it. Yeah.
Makes it just even more gross. Guide and doom. War Walkers. It's all War Walker play day for that,
Either right in the back line or scouting for me on the War Walkers.
Yeah,
but
I wouldn't really want them up front though.
No.
But I mean that's my style of play, and like mobile weapon platforms like my fire prisms, they're never in the front line.
No,
they're in the
and
back.
They shouldn't be.
Right.
With 60-inch range.
36-inch range guns. I mean, he's about a third the way up, right? But you're like hugging.
But that's what you can put the missile launchers on them and give them 48 inches.
And of course now with the new War Host detachment.
Guaranteed that 6.
Guaranteed that 6, and it makes stuff like that very
only the War Host attachment, but
right.
All right, let's get away from those things because.
So Shining Spears, we're done.
We're done with it. I got nothing.
We're not particularly happy about them, but
last one for this video here.
I never took them. Like
I don't even own them.
I don't even own them either. And if you're playing like jet bike centric kind of army, Shining Spears are good. if you need some close combat ability.
But you better have just like staying or dancing around your opponent and shooting.
Yeah, well, I mean the way the game itself works now, where it's very shooting centric.
Yeah. I don't see the value to them.
Well, there's value, but
there's just other value, and one of them being the warp spiders.
yeah, but something to be said, running up in behind and having an element or two in behind your backline, because
But Eldar have that in spades. We can do that with everything.
right. I mean, yeah, everything can just kind of come right across the table at you, but I don't know. Many schools of thought, and that's the beauty of Eldar.
And they do have, exactly.
That's the beauty of Eldar.
A lot of models, a lot of options, a lot of special rules, a lot of mobility, a lot of firepower. And not a lot of toughness, but they can do a lot of toughness too if they wanted to, actually, with all the raids.
You can take the toughness.
Warp spiders, sir.
Warp spiders. Here we go.
Point cost stay the same. And then let's buff the crap out of them. So we talked about monofilament already. Wounds on initiative, not your toughness. Other than that, the same. Not bad. Still have Battle Focus, Ancient Doom, Fleet. They have Hit and Run. A couple more special abilities.
Flicker Jump. This one.
Wait. Before you get to Flicker Jump, I'll let you have that one. The Warp Jump used to be if you roll doubles, a guy just dies.
Yeah.
And you jump. Now it's if you roll double one, a guy dies. So that got a buff. It's safer to Warp Jump.
Yeah,
and it's
much
still
safer.
2d6 plus 6. But they gained Flicker Jump. Over to you, sir.
Flicker Jump. Basically, if you can shoot these guys, they could get a chance to jump away and not be shot.
So they take a warp jump away from you. And if you are no longer in range to shoot the warp spiders, or you can't see them anymore, you can't shoot anybody else.
And it's the same move.
You declare your target.
As their warp jump.
They did not need a buff.
Well, this...
Oh, they did need a buff.
If you need somebody who's going to be on the front line to just kind of be a complete headache and just kind of do this to your opponent, these are your guys, okay? Nothing else in this codex. Like, this guy, he's going to take a whole bunch of hits. He's pretty obvious. He's a big old target, and he's going to draw lots and lots of fire. But these guys, warp spiders, if you want somebody up front and who's going to take fire and be a complete headache to your opponent for a third of the cost, these are your guys.
I have 20. No, I have 10. No, I have about 10 or so warp spiders, and I feel I have 20 too few.
Yeah. Okay. What?
You get right in front of something. You declare I'm gonna fire the warp spiders. You zip behind terrain. Now you can't see me. You can't shoot me. You lost your shooting for that turn. Yeah. Or you know them to shoot something else, and they're going to come assault you or shoot you or whatever. Or you stay exactly 8 inches away from the maximum distance of somebody's weapons, and they target you. You're guaranteed to back up 8 inches and get out of their range. Guaranteed.
Yeah.
So, a unit that was already used heavily got buffed.
I never used them.
Well, you didn't play good
I don't
enough.
even have them.
You didn't have them.
I don't even have warp spiders. I used to have warp spiders.
Dude, you need like 30 of them.
No, I got rid of them after 2nd edition because I was mad.
You know what? The warp spider.
I nerd raged.
I
nerd raged and got rid of my warp spiders after 2nd
Probably
edition.
Probably the nicest sculpt.
They got nerfed so bad
from that range.
And yeah, I'm still hurt from that. That was 20 years ago. I'm still hurt.
They're so good. And the Exarch has a special rule called Iron Resolve. It just gives him automatically passes pinning, fear, regroup, and morale checks.
All your tests, they automatically pass.
You know what I just noticed? It automatically passes regroup tests as well. So you have 2 warp spiders, you're down to below 25%, you're still regrouping. I didn't.
Mm-hmm. No, these guys are your ultimate
distraction. Oh, wait, how are you going to run anyway? It doesn't make a difference because you're not
going to run. But you automatically regroup.
So I guess if you automatically pass, you're not going to be running much anyway.
Right.
In hit and run, you don't have to regroup. It's a jump move or just a move. So essentially fearless. Same point cost, still jetpack infantry, same weapon options for the Exarch. Battle focus. I mean, there's more mobility.
Yep.
So warp spiders, 2 very, very big thumbs up.
2 big thumbs up. Are they overpowered? Well, they got a good boost just because of that flicker jump. That alone.
Anything that you've seen regularly in tournaments or just in power gamers lists that gets a buff for no point cost, probably not the best decision, but whatever.
Well, now see here, I can't argue this time. I can't argue that This is a commercial decision because, as far as I know, there's no plastic
There's not,
spiders.
yeah.
There's no kit coming out, as far as I know. But I'm not that knowledgeable in that regard.
The reasoning behind this, no idea.
The reasoning, other than maybe
Other than it's a very fluffy rule. And if that was it.
right. Maybe they played a lot of Dawn of War because Dawn of War they disappear. Because now you've got this great unit, and especially for those who aren't going to run a lot of these guys, these Wraith Knights, and like big powerful stuff, and you want to stay nice and fluffy, because now running a Beltan army is it's very competitive just to run a fluffy aspect warrior
Absolutely.
army, and I think that's why we see a lot of these kind of buffs in the aspect warriors. Swooping Hogs and Warp Spiders and Dire Avengers, you know what I mean? Now we've got this fluffy, competitive kind of army because basically before, you threw anybody in this, it didn't matter because this was what you were going to win with.
Yeah.
And, I mean, that's not fluffy and that's broken now.
That's magnetized.
And, that's boring.
Yeah.
That's boring.
There was pretty much a one list. There was Way Serpents and Hawks and Spiders for grabbing objectives and stuff like that, and a Wraith Knight for absorbing some wounds. But now you can see everything, and we're going to actually talk about the rest of the Aspect Warriors in the next video. So the Striking Scorpions, the Howling Banshees, the Dark Reapers, we're going to talk about all of them. And you're going to see those things on the battle. You will see them in games now. They are viable. They were okay before, but now they're good, really good. I like them a lot.
Really good.
You definitely see them. So if
Just
you're not
about everything is really, really good.
come join us for that video in the Vault, guys. If you're not a Vault member, you can get yourself a 7-day free trial, watch that video, and then let the free trial run out and stop watching everything else if you like. But
Because what else is in the vault?
there's this guy galore. You can see he will tell you how to paint your Eldar.
You want to know how to paint your Eldar?
This guy will tell you.
Join me in the vault, and I'll show you how to paint.
So much painting tips from. Not a lot of people from YouTube here get to see you. Is that true? Right? Like you're mostly in the vault.
Yeah, I'm mostly in the
vault. So those of you who don't know who Chris is, most of you do. Yeah. He's the painter. He's Chris. Yeah. Half the vault is him.
AKA MiniWarGaming.
AKA MiniWarGaming Chris. All right, Mini War Gamers. Happy wargaming.